So good morning, and yes, we're going to do quite a standing knee session today, but sit down to start with. Let's just gather ourselves together, gather yourself together. Maybe close your eyes if you feel like it, and settle. And whenever you need to, even if you're not just about to start a yoga practice, always allow yourself time to settle. Wherever you happen to be, if you're rushing around and things are a bit crazy and you're feeling a bit jangled, just sit somewhere quietly, find a corner, go and lock yourself in the bathroom if you need to. Just go and sit somewhere. And sit on the floor if you can, best place to sit. You get that lovely dropping down into your sit bones, feeling the pressure, feeling the weight of your body that you're supporting and that the earth is supporting. And then draw up from there. But often when you're feeling a bit jangly, the last thing you want to do is go and sit anywhere. You just keep going and go faster and faster and faster. But this short space, the short taking time, you don't have to think about anything. You don't have to do anything or be anything. You just have to be. So drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, making your neck long and dropping your shoulders. So not dropping them, pushing them, but just letting go, easing off any muscles that were hanging on there. And you can notice by checking into your body how much in fight or flight mode you're in. If you stop and take a moment and you find that your ears are making friends with your shoulders and your teeth are all clenched and your neck feels like you've got ropes in it and your stomach feels like you're holding on to something in there, take a breath and release. Just go around one by one to those different areas. And anything that comes into your mind today during your practice, just say later. Later. Starting to move the breath with some control. Slowing down the breath, deepening, letting go of any muscles you're holding in your belly, allowing everything to be soft at the same time as keeping that strength and length in your spine. So relaxing the whole of the front of your body and still keeping that posture, that length in the back and the sides. Let's take 3 breaths here. So make them as deep and as slow as you can. Just luxuriate in that breath. And a little practice for when we come into our standing breath work today. So it's very much a standing practice. Just to completely empty. And that might give you a little clue about what we're doing next. And when you completely empty the breath, and then when you take a breath in, it comes in with that rush and it feels absolutely wonderful. It's like letting the fresh air in. Okay, there's our 3 breaths. So a little bit of neck work before we come to standing. Dip the head, chin to chest. Chin to chest, shoulders relaxed, thighs relaxed if you can. And taking that stretch down as low as you can feel it. Can you feel the skin on the back of your neck Stretching. Can you feel the muscles either side of your spine? Can you feel the muscles across your shoulders perhaps? Stretching. And then rolling down. So take the crown of your head down towards your ankles. Chances are, if you get your head down to the ground, they won't be on your it won't be on your ankles, it'll be on the floor in front of you. Noticing that stretch in your spine. Curling round. And coming to a little resting posture before we get into our standing asanas. And uncurling. And let's come up to standing. So let's come up via a squat. We're going to be doing some good leg work today. So into a squat. Well, we're still going to carry on all the way through our practice today, making sure that that breath work, that breathing, that pranayama is happening, because we do spend a lot of time not breathing properly. I've noticed it a lot since having COVID. I haven't been breathing properly at all. It takes a real conscious effort several times a day to tap into breathing properly. So all the way through your practice today, try and keep your attention on your breath. Arrange your body in the asana, find your space, and then take your attention straight to your breath. And now is a good time as well to set your sankalpa or your intention for your practice. What do you need more of in your life, in your body, in your heart, in your soul? And that's what we focus on. So think about that for a moment, and we're going to come up via Utkatasana. So a lovely chair posture. Take a breath, and then inhaling the arms up, come up into chair. So not all the way up, and then think about your lower back. If it's starting to feel a bit uncomfortable, then you need to adjust. You either need to pull your belly button into your spine to flatten out your lower back. Or if you have a very flat lower back, you might need to just give a little with your hips and send them a little further out. So adjust as you see fit, listen to what's going on, and change your position. Pull your hips under and then send them out again. And notice what feels good, notice where it doesn't feel good, and come to a nice easy mid pose. Come on into that chair. Can you go a little lower? Work those thighs, straight arms. And then we're going to come all the way up. Oh, well done. So I said we're going to do our breath work, our main breath work standing today. There we are. We are going to take all of the air out, and at that time we will fold forward. So we go everything out. You lean on your thighs just above your knees with no air whatsoever anywhere in your torso that you can feel anyway. And then you suck your belly right in towards your spine. It's almost like you have a vacuum. And then we have a root lock. So you lift and squeeze your pelvic floor, and you also lock the throat. So you're not breathing in. It can feel like there's a lot of pressure in your torso. It can feel uncomfortable sometimes in your throat. Go with it. We're only going to do it a few times. I'm standing here like this. We're only going to do it a few times. It's a very powerful, very effective breath, and it really helps your digestion. It helps with your metabolism. And there are people that absolutely swear by it in terms of helping to lose weight, helping to speed up your digestion and excretion, and make your detoxification much more efficient. So if there's something that you want to do every day that's quite powerful, this would be a good thing to do. But you don't need to do it a lot. Just 3 or 4 or 5 will do. So we're going to do 3, but we're going to do 2 practice ones first. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in. I'll turn sideways so you can see. So breathing in, breathing out, everything out. Support yourself, and then lock Lift your pelvic floor and pull your belly button in. And when you're ready, breathe in. So did that make sense? If not, don't worry. We can always go through it one-to-one. Just get in touch with me after the class or at any point. When you breathe your air out and when you pull your belly button in towards your spine, you will hopefully have a sensation of the whole of your belly squishing completely flat and lifting up under your rib cage. So what we're looking for is all of this area going in and almost tucking up under your ribs. Don't worry if that's not what it feels like for you. You're still going to be getting the benefit of the breath work, even if there's still some work to be done on getting to the final posture. So let's breathe out. Let's breathe in first, sorry. Okay, breathe out, everything. Support yourself, lock, lock. Breathe in when you need to. Well done, let's do that again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lock. Breathing in, and last one. Breathing in. Breathing everything out. Lift your pelvic floor. Lock that little space in your throat. Pull your belly button in sharp and strong as you possibly can towards your spine. And lift up under your ribs. Keep your shoulders wide. Support yourself. And breathe in when you need to. Well done. Strong posture. We're going to inhale, arms up now. Come up onto toes. Lifting up onto toes, lifting your fingertips up towards the sky, towards the ceiling, whatever you've got up there. Bringing your arms very close to your head. So you're taking your shoulders up as well. So shoulders are lifting. Think about lifting your shoulder blades, lifting everything up towards the ceiling and then folding forward. Breathing out, fold forward, coming into an easy forward bend. Let go of any control in your neck and shoulders. Let them be soft and relaxed. Think about tilting your sit bones up towards the ceiling to lengthen through the backs of your legs. Pressing down into your toes and into your heels. So if you've tipped forward and you're mostly putting your weight into your toes, send your hips back a little and bring your weight evenly between your heel and your toes. Let go of any tension in your neck. And then let's walk the hands forward. Let's come into a nice downward facing dog. The first one today. So welcome to your dog. Let's get comfy. Heels down towards your mat. Fingers spread out nice and wide. And pressing into the whole of the flat of your hand. Shoulders wide. Take them away from your ears. Take your arms away from your ears. And sit bones up towards the ceiling. Now, you know that posture you just were doing with the breath work, Dhyana Bandha? We want to get that same feeling going here. So pull your belly up into your spine. And keep breathing there. So we're not holding the breath here. Come up onto toes.
If you can, taking your head closer to the mat, closer to your feet. And then looking forward, coming into a plank. Taking yourself into upward facing dog. So toes stay where they are. Just take your hips down towards your mat. Take your shoulders wide, bring your chest between your arms, and we are hanging here. So nice little curl in the lower back, sending your sternum and your heart center forward, lifting your chin a little, and being really strong on your arms. Well done. And then let's lift back, so hips coming up and back into downward facing dog. Find your posture again. Every time we do downward facing dog, it should be hopefully a little easier to slot straight back in. And then we're going to look forward, so look to your hands and step your right foot forward. So right foot coming in between your hands. A nice lovely low lunge. Dropping your hips down towards your mat. Taking your knee down, releasing that back foot. So top of the foot comes to the mat. We'll try and rest, lifting yourself up, coming all the way up, taking your arms up again. And then dropping that left hip, right hip down towards your mat. A little bit of a back bend if you want. Bringing your sternum up. And then bringing your arms all the way back down to your leg. Tuck your toes under. Bring yourself up into that low lunge again with the back leg extended and straight. And you straighten that back leg. And then hands back down. Coming back into plank. Take that right foot back to left foot. Come into plank. Coming back into upward facing dog. So hips low, toes tucked under, not having your hips on the mat, but taking that strength and weight into your arms, into your wrists and hands. And then back into your downward facing dog. So another downward facing dog, hips up as high as you can. Take a breath. And look at your hands this time. Left foot comes forward. So up and back and in and down. And a lovely low lunge. So taking your hips as close to the mat as you can, but having that back leg, the right leg, straight if you can. And then knee down, release that back foot, bring yourself up. Taking your arms up, bringing yourself low. And again, sternum up and out, arms slightly behind you. Not forgetting to breathe, and then circling the arms around, bring them to your thigh again, tuck your back toes under, lifting up, hold for a moment. And bring the hands back down. This time, taking the left leg to the right leg. Come back into that plank. And from here into upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Go whichever way you feel like going. I'm going into downward facing dog, just to counterpose that little bend in the lower back that we were just doing. But if you'd rather be in up dog, go ahead and do that. And then bring yourself to a position, if you are in up dog, where you can walk to your hands, walk your hands to your feet and your feet to your hands. Come into Uttanasana, easy forward bend, bringing your hands behind your calves. Link your fingers and gently slide your arms down the backs of your calves, drawing your body closer to your legs. And we're morning here, we might not have much movement. That's all right. It's all good. Think about what's tight. If you've got tight hamstrings or you're tightening your glutes, this is going to be extraordinarily difficult. Go to the place where you can feel it, but it's not unpleasant, and breathe in. And when you let go of that breath, try to relax your knees, try to relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, and release your arms. Release your hands to the mat or towards the mat, and we're going to uncurl to come up. So think about using the strength in your legs, all those muscles strong, bringing you all the way back up. We're going to come into some balance postures, some tree. Lots of trees, a little bit different to how they were a few days ago. So hopefully our trees will be not like a tree in a storm, a nice steady tree. So left leg is going to be our standing leg to start with. So starting to think about the sole of your foot. Have you got some weight going into your little toe? Have you got lots of weight going into the front or the back of your foot, the side? Can you feel as though you're dropping weight down right through the middle? So as if you have a midpoint, and that's where it feels like you're completely balanced. And hips, let's get hands on hips just to keep our attention on hips. And right leg, up to you. We are here, here, or here. Come to wherever works for you. So squeeze all the muscles in the standing leg so that you feel your foot is on a very solid surface. The knee coming out to the side. Watch your shoulders. You might be leaning over to one side or the other. Just have a little check. Gently drawing your belly button towards your spine, but not very gentle. Just an awareness. When you're comfortable, excuse me, let's take the arms out to the side. So arms wide, and hopefully that movement will encourage you to lengthen through the front of your body. Lift your heart center, give yourself some more length in the sides of the body as well. So we have our length, and then let's add on, taking arms up. Bring your hands together. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat today. And this gives us maybe a little more lift in the sides of the body, a little more lift in the front as well. Squeeze the muscles in your standing leg, especially in the thigh. Can you take your right knee out to the side a little more? Now we're going to give that standing leg a good work out. Bring your arms slowly down.
Let's grab hold of the right leg. So cradling your right leg around your knee, around your foot, and then moving gently from side to side. Try and keep your torso relatively still. So the movement comes from arms and leg. We're really getting into that right hip socket, right hip joint. Moving as far out to the left as you can and as far out to the right. Okay, we're still challenging that standing leg. Well done. Take your right hand to right foot. You can either come into a yoga hold, so first 2 fingers wrapped around your big toe and a lock with the thumb. Or if that doesn't feel right, you can come around the outside edge of your foot and extending that foot out, extending the leg out. So here we don't really want that right shoulder to be following. We want the right shoulder to be pulling back in. So take it back in to the midline so that your shoulders are in line with each other. So foot out, and we're going to release and hold for 5. Okay, so when you're ready, let go. 5, well done. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly down, very, very slowly, leading with the heel and back. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Coming forward into an easy forward bend. Let's just give both legs a chance to settle. They might be different colors. You've probably got a lot more blood in your left leg than your right. They might feel a different temperature. And hopefully you can feel the lymph zinging around in your right leg. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So let's slowly, gently uncurl to come up. So head and arms and shoulders come up last. Control that movement with your feet, with your legs, with your glutes. And everything else just follows. So there we go. Let's stand. Think about the right foot now, setting yourself up for success. And success does not mean completely balanced perfectly all the way through. It means just carrying on and coming back if you need to, and coming in and out, and finding something to lean on if you're having a wobbly day. So let's get our weight into that right foot, hands on hips, come to wherever works for you. And there we go. So we have a lot more trouble on this side than the other side. And keep that standing leg nice and strong, and then press in. Oh, yeah. There we go. Think about your shoulders. Are they in line? Hips in line. And that standing leg squeezing away. Well done. Lifting the sternum, lifting through the sides of your body. Taking the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. So that gives us that length in your neck. It gives you that length in your neck. Gives us all length in our own necks. And then let's take our arms out to the side. Lovely. Taking your arms all the way up. Try to have your hands, if they're pressed together, more towards the back of your head than the front. That helps to lift and lengthen through the front of your body. It also helps with the muscles in your arms, your biceps and triceps. When I say helps, it means that it wakes them up, it gets them moving, gets that blood flow going, gets things unblocked, unclogged. And then coming back down with the arms. We're going to cradle, oops, cradle again. So right hand, right foot, left hand. Nope, not the right foot. Leave the right foot where it is. Right hand on your foot, left hand on your knee. And cradling and rolling. So trying to get that movement happening only in the hip and the arms. It's quite tricky. Everything else will want to join in. Just think about isolating and giving the left hip joint all your attention. Well done on that standing leg as well. And don't let your leg drag your shoulders around and down. The shoulders still nice and upright. All right, so we're going to go into our yoga hold or holding on the outside edge. Sending the, so wobbly today on this side. What is happening? Right leg. Extending out left leg and bringing that shoulder back. Settling hips down so your left hip isn't flying. There you go, well done. Breathe. And we're going to release for 5. Okay, ready? Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly down. This time we're going to come again into an inhale up, exhale, fold. And give the left leg a little time. Noticing change in temperature, maybe your kneecap suddenly feels cold. Or maybe you don't feel anything at all. Both, either, whichever. It doesn't matter, you're still going to get the benefit of having changed things around for that foot. And inhaling slowly to come up, taking the legs wide. Take your legs as wide as you can, as wide as you comfortably can, and still standing. Think about tipping your hips slightly under, so we are squeezing the glutes here. You might start to feel that just in the tops here, or even in the fronts of your thighs. Lifting your sternum, keeping your torso long, and then we're going to fold halfway. So keeping your legs where they are, slowly sending your hips out behind you, straight back. And then bringing yourself all the way down, taking the crown of your head down towards the ground, releasing your hands. So right foot, right hand, left foot, left hand. Just gently holding onto your feet. And bringing the crown of your head down as close to the ground as you can, or maybe even touching the ground. And hold here in this inversion for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1.
Bringing your hands to the floor, just underneath your head. Walk your feet in a little if you need to. We're going to come into a little bit of a twist. So keeping your right hand on the floor in the midpoint between your left leg and your right leg, your left foot, your right foot. Let's scoop that left arm out. So just push it along the ground, past your foot, and reaching up all the way up to the sky and coming into a little bit of a twist. You can support your weight on your right hand if you want to, or you can come off onto fingertips, reaching up a little higher, and that will give you a little bit more work in your legs. Try and keep your hips level. You just want that movement from the shoulders, moving from the shoulders down the spine. Well done. And then bringing your left arm down, right arm goes straight up. So really reaching up with your right hand, fingertips up towards the sky, looking up to your right hand if that's okay for your neck. Otherwise, just keep your head looking out to the side. And then bringing that right arm all the way back down. Take your head down towards the ground again. Release any tension in your neck. And allow your face to feel relaxed and at ease. Don't lock your knees here. If you are, just give your knees a little bit of a bend. Okay, we're going to walk. We're staying here. We're really challenging the hips today. We're walking over to the right leg. So both hands walking over to your right foot, holding on, and right knee. A little bit of a bend, taking your forehead down towards your knee. And we're going to walk over to the left, holding onto your foot, forehead to knee. And then back to center. Walk your feet in. So we end up in a nice, easy forward bend. And we're going to come all the way up with the arms and at the same time come down into chair posture again. Sit back where we started. So lots of standing today, lots of leg, lots of hip. Well done. Take that chair a little lower if you can. So we're in Utkatasana, chair posture. And then we're going to tip forward, walking the hands forward, coming into downward facing dog again. Taking your head down towards your mat. And swooping forward, coming into plank. Bringing yourself into plank, we're going to come into pigeon. So right foot to left hand, right knee to right hand. And if you need a cushion underneath that right thigh so that you can just relax into the floor, relax into being completely supported, go ahead and use a cushion. If you don't need it because your thigh is on the floor, then you don't need it. So whatever you need to make your practice more comfortable so you can relax into your postures. Not about punishing yourself, it's about enabling your body to get the most out of it. So right hand to right knee, left hand to right foot. And we're sitting up or leaning forward or lying forward, whichever you wish to do.
So here quite often, all it feels like the muscles in our legs are all just scrunching up and holding on really tight. So let's try and relax them. Relax your right foot. And relax your left foot. And relax your right knee. And relax your left knee. And relax your left thigh. And relax your right thigh. And relax your hips. Allow your hips to soften. And feel that they're just completely supported. You can sink into the mat a little. Relax the muscles in your belly. And relax the muscles in your arms and your shoulders. And last but not least, relax the muscles in your face and jaw and neck. So nice, deep, slow breaths here. And maybe bring to mind your sankalpa, your intention for your practice. So if you are upright, fold yourself forward a little, ease off any tension in your lower back. And if you are folding forward, you can either stay here or come up to sitting up. Can you still allow all your muscles to relax, even when you change your position? Okay, hands either side. Now supporting yourself, tuck your toes under, and let's move. Let's come into taking that right leg back and hold in plank for a moment. Again, noticing any sensations of heat or cold or movement. And then left foot to right hand, left knee to left hand. Sliding back. And again, do you need a cushion? Do you need something under your right thigh so that you are supported? And it might be that you need the slightest little thing. It might be just a folded up wrap or shawl or a cushion, or maybe today it's 2 cushions or a big bolster. Whatever it is, find what you need and give it to yourself. And one of the most humbling things about yoga is that sometimes things are so easy and other days things are so hard. Even getting yourself to the mat can be incredibly hard. It's about acceptance and appreciation for everything that is, not lamenting what isn't. And that's a hard thing to do, but it's very powerful and very useful in so many other aspects of life. So relaxing all the muscles in your feet and your knees and your hips and your belly and your shoulders. Breathing into any areas which feel a bit stuck or tight or resistant. And bringing yourself forward if you want to. You're just trying to find your peace in each asana. And some are so much easier than others to find that peace. And that changes on different days as well. Sometimes it's easier to feel peaceful in the most challenging asanas because they help you concentrate. Breathing in, breathing out, slow and steady. And at an even pace, bringing your hands now either side, pushing yourself up. And from here, we're going to come into Paschimottanasana and Dandasana first to set up. So staff pose, both legs out in front of you. However you can, bring yourself into Dandasana. So sit bones dropping down into your mat. Make space, make room. As tall as you can. Forehead just facing forward. Crown of your head lifting upwards, shoulders relaxed. And keeping your heels pressed into the mat, keeping your legs strong and the backs of your knees pushing down as well. Just sliding your hands, not even sliding your hands, moving your body and allowing your hands to come with you. Just come back a little. Don't worry, your legs will move, they will slide. Just keeping your knees pressed down into the mat. Coming back, almost in Navasana, but our legs are pressed down rather than flying up. Trying to keep the back straight. And then we're slowly going to move forward, still keeping your back straight. Come up to center and then folding forward. Bringing your hands forward to your feet, bringing your head down towards your knees. Moving with each breath. So as you breathe in, maybe you come away a little and straighten. And as you breathe out, you fold forward. As you breathe in, taking up lots of space. As you breathe out, completely empty. Releasing, letting go. One last deep, slow breath here. See if we can get a little bit more movement. Bringing your torso to your thighs. Head towards your knees. And then all the way back up. Well done. Great practice. Lots of standing. We're going to come down to lying on your mat. So however you wish to. I always love to do a little bit of balance. Feels like it's a nice way to move and transition. So bringing legs up. I'm holding on quite tight today. But if you want to challenge yourself a little, obviously take away that hold and you'll have to do a little bit more work. So just on the sides here, everything has to switch on. And then let's roll down. Hug your knees in, give yourself a lovely hug, big hug. Well done, you, on your yoga practice. Rock from side to side. You fold your arms around your knees. Keep your arms around your left knee. Release your right leg up. And let's take the right leg down towards the ground. And then back up again. So a nice slow progress. Really tucking your left thigh into your chest as tightly as you can. Lower back to the mat. And lots of strength in that right traveling leg. Go all the way down and then back up again. Nice and slow. And then let's swap. So right leg comes in, left leg goes up. Bring your heels up towards the ceiling and toes just slightly in towards your face. Nice strong hold on that right leg. All the way down. Palindrome. Wind releasing posture. And it's not the wind that you might naturally think it refers to, it is wind in the body. So it's talking about having too much air in the body. Taking your leg all the way back up again, nice and slow. And then when you're up all the way to the top, wrap your arms around, give yourself a hug and a rock from side to side. We're going to finish with a little twist, taking your arms out to the side. If you want to extend, you can straighten your legs. Otherwise, taking them over to the side and your head in the opposite direction. And softening into that twist. Letting the floor support you. So letting everything go, letting go of all the muscles that are holding on. And you'll find them in the funniest places. You think, well, what are you doing? Why are you holding on? Completely unnecessary. So much of it is habit. Sometimes just taking a big sigh out and letting go of the air quite forcefully allows you to just relax and let go of any other muscles that are holding on. And then bringing your head back to center, bringing your legs back into center and straight over to the other side. It's lovely to revisit a twist in the session. So we had a standing twist. And now we have a lying down twist. And bringing your head back to center, bringing your legs back into center. One more lovely hug for you. Give yourself a hug. Tight, tight, tight hug. And then bring your forehead up. Take yourself into a little ball. Tuck yourself up. Squeeze. And release. And here we go. Shavasana, the most important part of your practice. If you do nothing else, just lie on the floor and do Shavasana. But after a really great, intense practice of lots of moving around, lots of opening and squeezing and closing, it's the chance for your body to actually use what you have done. You've made space, you've unblocked, you've released. Now allow yourself to just float, to sink, to melt, to soften, to ease, to be completely at peace. Close your eyes, soften everything. Allow yourself to come into the most relaxing Shavasana you can possibly create for yourself. Soft, Soften your feet. Let all the muscles in your feet completely relax. Relax all the muscles in your calves and your shins, and your ankles. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Lots of good strong work today. Let them ease, let them rest. Let them be completely soft. And breathe. Breathe right down into your belly. And release. And as you breathe out, softening through the sides of your body, softening through the belly, relaxing your chest, relaxing your hips. As you breathe in, taking that breath into your fingertips and the palms of your hands, letting them relax. And as you breathe out, easing all the muscles in your forearms, in your elbows, your upper arms. Relaxing your neck and throat and the whole of the back of your head and your face. Gently easing the muscles around your eyes, in your jaw, in your mouth, across the middle of your face. Feeling that the floor, the earth, the ground completely supports you. It literally has your back, as does the universe. And as you breathe in, breathing in light and warmth and energy and everything that you need. What you decided you needed more of in your life, and your sankalpa and your intention for your practice, as you breathe in, take that in. You've made space for it. You've done the work. Now to notice when it's there, when you have it. And as you breathe out, letting go, releasing, gently saying goodbye to anything that you no longer need. What are you carrying that you don't need to be carrying? What can you set down? And if you can't bear to part with it because it's become such a part of who you are, or it feels like a part of who you are, then maybe you can just put it down and shut the door and know that it's there, but take some distance from it. You don't have to carry it all the time. It can still be around without you having the burden and the weight. You can put it down, shut the door, and you know that anytime you need to revisit, it'll be there. You can find it again. And maybe you won't need to revisit it again. Maybe you won't need to carry it around. So breathing in now, making the most of all that lovely space you've made. Breathing out, letting go. Breathing in, filling all that space with warmth and light and love and energy. And breathing out, settling, resting, feeling at ease. And when you're ready, gently coming to lie on your right side, curling round, keeping your eyes closed and just observing what you can see on the backs of your eyelids. What do you notice? Can you see shapes? Can you see light? Can you see colors? Keeping your eyelids closed, can you move your eyes around? And gently allowing your eyes to relax, coming up to sitting. Bringing your hands to heart center, pressing your right hand against your left against your right. Giving yourself a little height, a little lift, taking the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Feeling that tension and that strength in your arms, in your chest, in your belly, in your legs. And then releasing. Rub your hands together, get some warmth, get some energy, get some movement, and then cup them over your eyes. Opening your eyes into that space, into that lovely, dark, safe, warm space you've created. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gently bringing your hands down to heart center and namaste. Well done for taking time to practice. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a lovely week. And goodbye.